Today on 21st Century Television.
Explore state-of-the-art technology, innovative business strategies, insights from cutting-edge corporations around the globe. A visionary look into the answers of tomorrow, today. Business leaders, business solutions.
21st Century Television.
Welcome to 21st Century Business. I'm Jackie Bales. In business, there's always pressure to increase profit. But in a flat or declining economy, that can seem next to impossible. Our guest today, however, claims that not only is it possible to increase profits, but that it's relatively easy. He says the key is supply chain management. To discuss this intriguing topic, we have with us Vaughn Moore, President and CEO of AIT Worldwide. Welcome, Vaughn.
Thank you very much, Jackie.
Vaughn, what do you believe are the most difficult pieces of supply chain management that companies are dealing with?
Well, I think everyone's certainly faced with price constraints. That's really what the companies are facing. And the idea that you can find cost and transportation maybe of ways to reduce that. If you're looking from your distribution point and you're able to say, okay, what can we do to cut out some costs? And if that's going to be through cost of transportation, be it a mode of ground, air, ocean, whatever that may be, you're looking to hopefully be able to reduce the cost in that area. But there's other areas that most companies aren't actually looking at. There could be EDI opportunities where you can connect in via EDI, hopefully be able to get real-time reports on what's going on with their actual product. You'd be surprised how many companies literally do not have the proper reporting structures to be able to judge what's happening in their supply chain management. If we can give them that type of visibility, then hopefully we're giving them something that's different in the marketplace. So supply chain actually has a variety of ways of being able to cut costs. And people usually start with cost of transportation, but it goes well beyond that. Process flow, ability to be able to actually cut your transit times, where if you're putting your product to market sooner, there may be a true value add to you from a cost standpoint. So there's different ways to look at that.
Makes sense. How is AIT Worldwide positioned to help solve these challenges for your customers?
Well, we've certainly invested a lot of time, effort, and money into our technology side. Certainly you have to be EDI capable, but you have to be able to look for different ways to be able to support your customer base. In doing that, we've really developed our own in-house products from technology side, but also we've gone outside the market to look in best in class. And that's involving software or different solutions that the customer may benefit from. So when you have a combination of both something in-house and also something on the outside, you really feel like you're coming up with a best in class solution for the client itself. But it doesn't just stop there. It has to do with what your people are actually offering. And if we can find better processes, better flows for the client, that they can benefit from it. And at the same time, again, this never goes away, but you have to be reducing cost. And that's what we have to continue to look for.
Wow. Well, in this 21st Century Business Field Report, we visit AIT headquarters and get a first-hand look at the hub of their global shipping and supply chain management network.
Companies around the world are striving to find supply chain efficiencies that will improve their bottom line. AIT Worldwide Logistics is a supply chain expert that provides companies with shipment plans, robust technology solutions, superior corporate support, and best-in-class customer service.
You know, AIT is an international global logistics provider. We specialize in heavyweight transportation and 3PL services. Now we're starting to create some niche markets and some pretty exciting vertical markets and expand upon some vertical markets that we already have in place, such as perishables, life science, and the global customer will be our future.
AIT is vested in expanding their global footprint to accommodate customer needs and respond to the commands dictated by the transportation industry.
So what makes AIT, I believe, unique in our industry is not only is the customer first, it's customer first throughout the organization. Everyone, all of our coworkers at every level understands the importance of the customer and making those needs and relating it back to their job. We're a service-based company. The challenge there is kind of leveraging relationships with our suppliers, because they ultimately are part of the service supply chain that we provide to our customers. And the people we have, it never ends. It's a constant day in, day out challenge to find the right people and really put them in with a vision for the organization.
AIT prides itself on providing top-tier customer service. They go to great lengths to protect product integrity throughout the supply chain, especially time-sensitive shipments.
So at AIT, we take great pride in taking a consultative approach with our clients. We tend to sit down, understand their needs, understand what they have in terms of their business model, and then we begin to innovate around that and develop that. That also involves us reinventing ourselves as well. We must take a new approach to our business, whether that be purely on the IT level or the product level. But at that point in time, as innovation is beginning to take place, it's aligning itself with specifically to what our customer wants.
Times are changing, obviously. It's a very fast-paced technology world, and it's important now for customers to get instant data, to get instant information, and it's important to be able to provide that. So, day in and day out, we track daily the amount of data and the amount of transactions that are inputted electronically between us and the customer.
From solving complex logistics puzzles and providing best-in-class customer service to enhancing supply chain efficiencies and extending industry expertise, AIT is a proven leader in worldwide logistics.
Vaughn, what are you most proud of at AIT?
Well, there's plenty to be proud of at AIT. I think I'm most proud of the fact that we've been able to maintain the culture of AIT. When the company is 34 years old, you can imagine there's a tremendous amount of culture. We were left with an amazing foundation from the previous owners, Dan Lasowski and Steve Letourneau, and we've been able to really carry that torch on. And what that involves is really being able to be true to our employees, give them permission to be able to have fun, embrace their jobs overall. But probably the one area that I would say I'm most proud of is the program of AIT Cares, and that is that we actually encourage all of our employees to give up to 5 hours of their time to their communities via a charity of their choice. And that's something that I think is lost in our economy. We all got focused on making sure that we're protecting jobs, which is very important, but we also have to give back. And I think that's something that really is in the fabric of AIT, and it's become something that our employees actually own as opposed to something that we have to dictate.
What are the top priorities for AIT over the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, AIT definitely wants to expand. We want to expand globally to continue to give our global footprint around the world, which is really driven by our customer base of what their needs are. That will continue to expand also in the U.S., which is very important to make sure that we continue with that scope, but again, driven by the customer. Over the next 5 years, though, it's going to be challenging with the economy and all the different challenges that we all face in all companies. But AIT will continue to invest in people, invest in technology, look to ways to make ourselves better. We all challenge ourselves every day, and certainly AIT looks for different ways to be able to challenge ourselves. Our priorities will continue to just be making ourselves better as we grow, and not lose sight of who we are. It's very important that we grow at a pace that is correct for AIT, not just for the sake of growth's sake, but actually doing something that matters, that means something. And I think for AIT over the next 5 years, as we grow, we'll give more and more of a global scope for our customer base to continue to plug into our network.
So how do you foster a creative working environment and influence coworkers to adhere to your vision statement and really collectively work as a team?
Well, with our vision statement, there's really 4 pillars to that. First, it starts with the customer, our coworkers, our partners, and then our communities. So when they're able to use those 4 pillars to be able to plug in and be able to touch all points, all of our customers feel customers and employees feel very comfortable being able to build around that, and they all touch all 4 of those pillars. So it certainly is something that I think our employees have actually found very easy to be able to say they're a part of, and they feel very much that they're able to have an impact.
Cool. With what product or service has AIT been most successful?
I think it would be our specialty services products, such as our perishables product, our home delivery product. Those products are somewhat unique in our industry, especially in the freight forwarding world, and something that sets us apart overall.
So, as I understand it, one of the things that you really specialize in is going the extra mile, so to speak,
yes.
With things that may be more difficult that some other supply chain management companies might not want to handle.
Absolutely,
Is that correct?
absolutely. I think that's one of the things that for us, we don't offer a canned approach, we actually offer a customized approach. And in the perfect example would be home delivery. We actually handle home delivery of televisions.
That's amazing.
Into the home. So it's certainly something that's worked out very well for us, but it differentiates us. And the more diversity you have, I think, with the economy, the better off you're going to be to weather the storm.
Definitely. Now, what are some areas of improvement that you might see for AIT?
Well, every company always needs improvement, right? So we go out of our way to be able to have surveys both internally and externally with our customer base. And we found that there's areas that the customer is always looking for more technology, easier ways to be able to connect in with the company. There's no doubt about that. But improving on what we've said in the supply chain, and that's cutting cost, figuring out ways to be able to cut costs via either air, ocean, or ground, whatever that may be, and also looking at everything from green initiatives to other aspects in our company that we can actually pass on savings to our customer.
Now tell us about your geographic locations. What areas are you serving currently, and where do you plan to go next?
Well, we literally serve everywhere around the world, but there are three main areas around the world. We have Hong Kong as our Asia base, we have Amsterdam as our European base, and of course Chicago in our North American headquarters. We'll continue to expand, as I mentioned, in those areas around the world to be able to look for other opportunities with our customer base, depending on what their needs are, and hopefully just giving that proper global footprint across the board.
What's your best piece of leadership insight advice?
No doubt the best piece of advice I got was never be afraid to hire better than yourself. If you surround yourself with people better than you have no other chance but to be successful.
That's excellent. Now, I understand that you actually used to work for this company in a different capacity, and then you ended up purchasing it.
Correct.
Tell us that story.
Well, about a year and a half ago, we had the opportunity to execute a management buyout. And we were able to buy out the previous founders, the two owners, in a very friendly management buyout, which is somewhat unusual in itself. But the nice part about that was my leadership team was able to participate in this, and we were the people that were already leading the company. So we were, in essence, able to keep it in the family. And I think that is something the employees have really appreciated. It's been a great story for our customer base, and we're really swimming upstream when you look at the rest of our industry that are being bought out by the bigger players overseas or internally in the U.S. We have a great story, something unique.
So lastly, Vaughn, if you polled customers and coworkers regarding their impressions of AIT, would those answers match up then?
I would certainly think so. We'd like to think so, but it's been a lot of fun actually getting the feedback from our client base, and they see what we see, and we see as a company really growing, excited, having fun doing it, and they want to be a part of it. And the fact that you're winning along the way certainly matters, and I think people want to do business with people that know how to win.
Absolutely. Vaughn, I want to thank you for sharing with us AIT's industry-leading supply chain management and logistics solutions. Sounds like a great job.
Thank you very much.
And I want to thank you for watching. For 21st Century Business, I'm Jackie Bales.